Let's take a look at a few more properties. First, click the cog icon to open the Workflow Properties panel. It has many configurable items. We'll just highlight a few commonly used ones. Check Save Load. This lets users save a partially filled in workflow step and return to it at a later time for completion. Check Accessible and your workflow forms are instantly Section 508 and WCAG 2.0 compatible. Navigate to the Access Control tab. Here, you can control various runtime aspects of the workflow. For example, open Who can start the workflow and choose Authenticated users. Now, the workflow can only be started by people logged into your account. Choose Custom and you can explicitly specify users and roles who can start the workflow. Similar mechanisms provide you fine-grained permission control over editing, administering, viewing submissions, etc. Feel free to explore the other properties. They're detailed in the documentation. Let's say the manager requires a change made to the PO and needs to send it back to the original requesting employee for corrections. Click the Manager step and then the cog icon to open its Properties panel. Click the Rejection tab. When Reject from here is checked, a Reject button will automatically appear at the bottom of this step. When Reject to here is checked, users can reject from subsequent steps back to this step. You can also configure the button label as well as the subject and body of the email notification that's sent out. Save the workflow and run it. Fill in the form partially and then click the Save button at the bottom. The partially filled PO is now in your task list. Close the browser window. Click on My Tasks to return to the saved PO and click the Play button. This loads the form and you can continue where you left off. Complete the PO and send it to the manager, Jerry. In a different browser, log in as Jerry and process the PO from your task list. Scroll down and click Reject. Fill out the form that shows up and click Submit. The workflow has now been sent back to the original requester. Check your email and see that you've been notified about the rejection along with the reason for rejection. Go back to the original browser and refresh your task list. See that the PO has been returned to your task list. Click Play to bring up the form, make the necessary corrections, and send the workflow back for approval. Return to Jerry's browser and refresh the task list. The manager can now approve it and send it on to finance for completion.